Come on. Give me something here. What are you doing?
I'll
How's the
give
Blues doing?
you
Not
something.
you.
You want me to
Not
give you
you.
something?
No. I want Alex to give
Are
me
you
some.
gonna give him your butt?
This is the Player 4
the other
podcast. Join us each week as we talk about video games, entertainment, and pop culture, and bring in guests from the Rooster Teeth community. Player 4 has entered the game. Hello and welcome to the Player 4 podcast. I am Tristan, aka Shagrazir.
I am Alex, aka Chaos Black 21.
And I am Malachi, aka Sukikiba.
I was very confused when I was cracking jokes, and all of a sudden I started hearing myself in my earphones, and I was like, who is that handsome sounding man?
Oh God.
Malachi, tell us about our topics for tonight.
Why do I have to talk about topics?
Because you're the one with it on the screen. I mean, I made a list, but I forgot to put butt stuff in there.
Well, since Joseph's not here, so it's time to talk about D&D.
Whenever Joseph's not here, we talk about D&D.
And then we're going to talk about Pokemon Let's Go Home and Sleep, and then RTX team announcements.
I'm pretty sure, like,
it's handcrafted with spite.
Look, I saw it on Twitter, so it must be true. That's the name of the new Pokemon game. Trust me. So, Joseph's not here, guys, and things are starting to get ready to get real. They're not yet real, unfortunately. I want to say things are getting real in the D&D game. You guys are still dicking around.
Not dicking around. We have
really?
to rest.
Wait, what would you call sneaking away from the party to go off with your new best friend forever and shoot guns?
Smart, so that we can learn how to shoot these guns against the enemy.
Malachi, how many rounds do you think it's going to be before one of them blows one of their own appendages off?
Half a round.
Okay, let's be clear.
Generous.
There's only one of us that might blow our appendage off, and it's the one that's using the big giant gun that can blow his arm clear off with one shot.
I'm pretty sure you could also blow Vendar's entire body off.
I could, but I thought we were talking about self-inflicted.
You, in fact, could inflict injuries on yourself with that in more than one way. Since I gave it the burst 1 within 10, so that means that you could, in fact, set it on top of yourself.
But I don't want to do that.
You shouldn't do that. It would be bad.
Gun barrels have exploded before.
But there's also the strength check that I have to do when the gun gets fired to see if my shoulder can take it.
Look, I generally like to run straight medieval stories, and I'm trying to keep very close to that. As much as I like Ultima, I wasn't a big fan of the ending of the first Ultima game. So I'm trying to avoid that, but I figured that it made enough sense and it was still tied enough into a way that I could divide the history here, that I could allow for some black powder research to be going on somewhere in the world, and that it hadn't spread from there. And so the party has discovered some black powder weapons that this ancient and lost civilization had created before disappearing off the face of the earth. They've uncovered them in a secret underground vault, and now they're hoping to turn these weapons of destruction on the current master of the vault, who they've learned is a lich.
Dun dun.
Dun dun dun. I was going through the custom stuff that I had done for the lich, and then comparing it to the stat block for the list to see the lich in the books to see what I could replace in their stat block with my stuff, so that I was trading out power for power and not just like making it overpowered. And they're pretty nasty without me doing anything.
Yeah. But yeah,
Just
it was funny talking about the going back to the firearms. It's funny because I looked on Twitter today. The person who was talking, I guess he's the DM for his stuff, and he said that he was convinced to allow firearms, so he's looking now into like firearms and D&D and like what he thinks he should do.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of information out there on how to include firearms. People have been doing it since the beginning. People include sci-fi weapons in these things, ever since, like I just mentioned, Ultima back in the 80s, that had sci-fi mixed into it, where you got a spaceship and laser guns and fought aliens after playing this whole medieval storyline where you were raiding castles for, their best shovel and ladder, getting swords and armor. So that was a twist. I'm not going to do that because I don't particularly like that
I don't
idea.
like that either.
Yeah, no. Playing a mostly straight medieval world, but again, I figured that I could work in at least a little bit of black powder and things wouldn't go completely to hell. But we'll find out. The party is in control of that.
You mind like having the Lich surrounded by 8 other like people, like eight other enemies, so that I could just hit all 9 of them in one shot?
Just so you can feel good. Boom, yes, strike.
That's what I roll a really crappy dex check for them.
It's a DC 4.
No, what's gonna happen is like those soccer ball movies or just soccer ref or any kind of thing. Ball gets kicked at someone, he just catches it with his hands. That's what's gonna happen. He's just sit there
The Lich
one-handed.
just plucks the shot out of the air.
Oh yeah,
And all the other pellets fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that scene from the end of The Matrix where all the buckshot just stops in midair right in front of the Lich, and it just plucks one out of the air and like looks at it.
He's magical.
And then looks up
Thanks,
at you,
Malcolm.
and all the other ones fall to the ground, and the whole party collectively poops its pants.
You just gave Tristan an idea. Thank you.
It's like, you see, that guy had the right idea. He wore the brown pants.
I don't know. I think it'll be fun. So you and the party's rogue snuck off with these new guns you found to go and test them out, even though you're in an enclosed space that you've seen is filled with enemies, and these things are very loud, and the party's angry at you.
Yeah, but we were going to place that we already had been, so we're like, there's no more enemies over in that area.
I mean, you understand how patrols work, right?
They're mummies. They're stupid. We don't need to go to that area. There's other mummies.
Until you get sandblasted into your face.
I seem to recall that on your way there, you did run afoul of another patrol.
Yeah, we did. I don't know why they were patrolling that area. They should have known there were other mummies there.
They didn't need to be there. There was already a patrol in that area that we
there was
wiped out.
There's already a mummy that had a torch and a mummy that had a feather duster that we faced before. So why did they think they needed to bring more?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there. A little elbow grease can't hurt.
Well, that feather duster didn't last very long.
No, it broke on your armor. It was the saddest. That was the saddest casualty of the fight. Was the feather duster, definitely.
That was one of my favorite moments because it was just like crack, and then we both of us just looked down at the feather duster, looked back up at the broken piece in his hand, and then he just tries to bite me. Then.
How dare you break that feather duster? He needs that for his job.
I didn't break it. My armor broke it.
Your armor broke it.
Lich Sama was so happy with me that I was doing such a good job dusting all this frickin' sand.
I don't like this path. Let's not go down this path. So that was your favorite moment, apparently, from last night's game. Malika, what was your favorite?
I don't know if I have a favorite. Because
I
everyone's...
know you were awake for at least half of the session.
No!
Must have a favorite moment.
You were awake for at least.
How can I be happy when I can't convince these guys to let me use that sword? It's unfortunate that it's cursed, but I want to use that sword.
Fortunate that it's cursed.
It is very unfortunate that it's cursed.
But
But I mean, then Vendar found out his cloak that he was so happy to have is also cursed.
so, you know, there's really nothing that Yukikaze is too excited about because he's like trying to convince these guys. It's like, let's figure out what this is so I can use it because it'd be really cool if I could use it.
But isn't Vendar's cloak like cursed just with like poison or something?
We don't know if it doesn't harm him, but yeah, the smoke itself is toxic. Like, it will cause physical harm. It's not corrosive, but it is extremely toxic, right, Justin?
He said that it was toxic to living things.
To living things, yeah, so not corrosive, but poisonous. Yeah.
Oh, so then just don't touch Vendar.
Well,
Or breathe in his smoke.
Yeah, he'd have to hold his breath the whole time using it.
Well, if it affects him.
Nobody asked.
He hasn't started coughing.
no.
I mean, we're battle buddies right now. He's not doing anything.
He said he was fine multiple times.
Wait, is he wearing it while shooting the gun? Did he put it back on?
Oh, I thought he had it on.
No, so they removed curse on it and he put it in his bag. He has it with him, but he wasn't wearing it at the end of the session.
No,
maybe I guess he hasn't put it on yet.
I think he will. I think it'll be back on him before long. He likes the fact that it makes him basically invisible too much.
He has to attune it again, so...
He would have to attune it again, but it's not hard.
A few of us have to attune things, and we have to go one by one in case we have more cursed items and people don't just, like, go on a rampage due to the cursed item and kill everyone.
Everyone attunes an item. All of them are cursed. All of them make you crazy. You all kill each other.
The story ends.
I think the belt will be
okay. Dude, that'd be funny, Tristan, if you're able to incorporate a story to where you revisit Amaranta and have it to where, like, the party stumbles across an old party's, like, leftover stuff, or...
I mean, that would absolutely be possible.
Oh, look at this sword.
Yeah. It would absolutely be possible. Like, if this party dies off, you know, heaven forbid, and we were to continue playing, I really only have eyes for this world. I would make up a new storyline, which would be parallel or tangential to this other storyline, because of course that's still going to be a problem if your party doesn't solve it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we'd have a new starting point, new characters, start at this level probably, and if you end up in any areas where that party was, there will be evidence. I remember a great story where a DM sent his players into a thing. Their party got wiped out. They came back, you know, tried to play the adventure again, you know, a few months later, and they found the remains of their old characters along the way. It was great. It was a really well done thing too. It was really, I don't want to spoil it because like there are elements of it that I really liked. I might try to repurpose them. It was really good.
So Malachi, are you getting started on making your next character for in case the Lich destroys us?
Nope.
You're pretty confident. He is that confident, yeah. I mean, he's got that magic katana.
Exactly.
Like, that's definitely... The Lich is dead.
He doesn't have the katana yet.
I am feeling confident now. It's like... I got something of a... I got the Bahamut's armor. I got this freaking now magic sword that I haven't seen before. It's freaking insane looking.
Cursed.
It's got flames on it. You ever just want to put flames on your car at home? You know, this is what it is. This is flames on the sheath of the sword.
Do you ever want your car to drip blood?
Dude, yeah.
And I want to intimidate my enemies.
Yeah, no. Well, no, actually. Someone painted their car that made it look like they ran over people, where there was just blood splatter all over the front of it, and it made it look streaky and speckly as it got farther back.
Are they psychopaths?
It has been done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
So-
just like all those weapons that you see in MMOs, where they've got, you know, flame effects or like evil dark spirits swirl around them. You gotta have those because everybody can see the cool effect on it.
They know that you're not just wielding garbage.
Mm-hmm. And so, you know, these ones just drip blood. It makes it look cool.
Yukikaze, if your life gets stolen by the sword, again, I would start making a second character, since that's another way you could end up dying. So,
You know what? If it's Bahamut's will, it'll be done.
oh my god.
If Bahamut wills me to die by my own sword, so shall it be.
Come on, I got a pen. I got pendant and armor. If something's gonna happen, I think my brother Bahamut's got my back.
Lycan will allow you to use it to kill the Lich, and he can get the cord armor, and then you get rid of it.
Yeah, you think you'd be supporting me and be like, hey, yeah, we're gonna need strong weapons to beat the Lich. We need to get this armor.
We also don't want you to turn on us.
Yeah, if you don't get that armor, the armor's going to be destroyed, and then there's going to be no cord armor at all.
Well, we've also discussed, apparently, of telling the Lich that we'll give him the armor if he helps us.
I liked Thomas's statement on that.
Give the Lich the armor he already has.
Bold move. I like it. It's just crazy enough to work. I will say my favorite moment, set of moments in the session was definitely the pairing of, you know, walking down the hallways toward Riken and Vendar the Rogue, walking to go practice with their guns, and realizing, like, just as they get where they want to go, oh crap, we split the party. We're not supposed to do that. And then they get jumped, and they start fighting, and they use strategy and tactics, and they go, oh, holy crap, that battle buddies thing really works.
Let's be honest, the battle buddies worked so well because the mummies didn't hit me at all. So if they were hitting me, it'd be a whole different story.
I mean, you have, like, what, 20, 21 AC?
I have 21 AC, but
And that's with damaged armor.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But you've been known to hit quite well even against 21 ACs. So.
I mean, sometimes I roll an 18.
Crit Master Tristan.
I mean, enemies have almost as much to hit as you. So if you've got a +8, +9, +10 to hit, they're rolling +7s at least.
I have a +7.
Well, yeah, so like I said earlier, there's nothing really for me to be happy about during the adventure. The whole time I was trying to convince everyone to let me try out the sword because they took it away from, took it away. Basically,
what about that? What about that time you didn't explode?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is like then I almost got exploded. Not that my character knows that he would have gotten exploded, but me as a player was like, I'm gonna die from a little girl that's freaking out about someone touching her shit.
So, Vendar, being the group's rogue and having really high stealth and sleight of hand checks, decides to use his power, of course, to benefit only himself. Steals the bag of holding from the group's warlock, a 13-year-old girl, and puts inside the bag of holding all of the ammunition and powder to fire the guns. And black powder is sulfur and awful. It smells terrible. And he filled up the bag of holding with it and then put it back on her, and she never noticed. And so then she goes to get stuff out of the bag of holding later, and all of her stuff smells like sulfur. And she loses her mind and starts pulling out the packages of powder one at a time and throwing them in a big pile on the floor, and then goes to set them ablaze while everyone's standing around it like, what's going on here? Everything okay?
Yep. So yeah, Yukikaze had nothing to be happy about that adventure. Or the session.
So looks like we're gonna have to. Unfortunately, Riken and Vendar don't know this, so we might have to make a third trip down to that freaking armory and get whatever packets and ammo we didn't take back with us.
It'll be wonderful.
I
I'm
ha-
looking forward to it.
I have an idea of what I want to do for my next character, but I don't want to make it, like I said, until I know my character's dead.
Prematurely.
I
Yeah.
had an idea, and then Tristan and I found out that it can't work.
Oh yeah.
Well, we can work something out. I'm still.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to fix it. I'm hoping I don't have to make a new character.
Yeah, I mean that would obviously be ideal, but like, I can tweak the class, the race.
I don't even know what class I actually want to play yet. Anyways, so
You should totally play a.
I was kind of thinking cleric almost.
That would be so good.
I want to be
I
like.
love clerics.
I know we have what Vendar is a rogue. No, what is he?
There's a rogue.
Rogue. I actually was gonna do maybe a ranger of or either spec myself to be kind of ranger style. I don't know if this is specifically ranger.
Prepare to get bashed by the party.
For being a ranger?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna specialize in like
I won't bash because I don't know all the stuff, but like it seems like every time Ranger's brought up, everyone just starts shitting on him.
Well, that's okay, because you may shit on him, but he's gonna be a smooth talker, pretty boy elf. And
I think the only ranger the party's dealt with was Benares.
I'm just talking about. I'm not talking about like NPC or whatever.
Oh.
I'm talking about like everyone's like, oh, Ranger's like the worst class.
I need to look into it. They've done a lot of tweaks and reworks, and other books released stuff. But in the original printing, the Ranger's build was not well balanced with the rest of the game, in that it was weaker. It was underbalanced.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just need to look at what they've done. Nobody's suggested to play one, so I really haven't looked at them.
Well, if my character dies, you're gonna have to look at it because I want him to be one. I'm gonna be an egotistical, kind of stuck-up character because I thought that'd be fun to play a bit. Because then I could be like, yeah, whatever. You're just unimpressive. You're not as good-looking as I am.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't choose Bard because Lara Mendes already has that as his second character.
So that was my thought for my second character. If I was gonna make one, I was gonna try out because I thought it'd be an interesting, different personality thing that I haven't done before. So it'd be a kind of a womanizer or sweet talker kind of thing. It'd be like, it's like, what's going on? I'm cool. Yeah. I don't know. That's why it's gonna be interesting and why I wanted to do it.
Well, I mean, it's something we haven't seen before in the party. It's one of the few.
So, but anyways, so how about this real quick, Riken? If you had to remake your character, what would it be?
I already saying I was probably gonna go cleric.
Cleric. Well, what
I don't
race?
know what race I want to be yet.
But aren't there clerics of more of? Is cleric really devoted to a specific god, or can they be for any god?
Clerics are devoted to. They pick a god. Paladins don't have to pick a god because they make their oath to themselves, but they can choose to serve a god's tenets because that god's tenets align with the oath they take. So it very often behooves a paladin or a player of a paladin to choose a god because it sets out a set of rules to follow. It makes it easier to choose your oath and play it. But paladins are not required to follow any particular god. They can make their oath be whatever they want. Clerics get their powers from a particular god, but you choose that god when you create the character. So when you create the you look at the gods and what they all care about, and you decide what character you want to play. So you want to play a character who wants to encourage society, wants to encourage people to work together to make a better world, and wants to encourage especially conquering the wild and expanding cities. to make civilization larger
Now,
and drive back the wilderness, you would play a cleric of Arathis,
so
for example.
here's the question though. With that, is the cleric magic pool or skills that they learn universal? But if they lose favor with their god, they lose their power, or is it that the god in particular grants specific skills?
So the way it works is it's just like every other class. You have your class, and then you have your subclass, the path of that class. So there is a base cleric spell list that every cleric gets. There is a base set of powers that every cleric gets, and then based on what type of cleric they become, which is not related to their god, it's related to their cleric type. So cleric of the storm, cleric of life, cleric of the grave. Similar to Oath of the Ancients versus Oath of Vengeance versus Oath of Devotion for paladins, that same subclass. You're a battle master fighter versus a champion fighter
Yeah, I get it.
versus an arcane archer. So that type of cleric. So a life cleric gets different spells. So you get a side spell list that's like one
So,
every few levels.
so it's based on the class you pick, not based on the god. The god is just the source of your power. So
It's
if
the
you
source of
lose,
your power,
if
and
you
it's the
lose,
flavor.
if
Right.
you lose your favor in the god, you lose all your power. Period.
Yeah.
Got it.
You have no cleric powers if you lose the favor of your god. And then you could go on a quest to redeem yourself, or you could go on a quest to make yourself useful to another god and get powers from them. But
I just wanted to.
tough one.
Sorry, I tried to cut. I wanted to cut it a little bit short there because I didn't want to go. Like I got it. You answered all my questions. I just didn't want to make it the sole discussion. Sorry.
Sure. I mean, D&D is deep and nuanced, and there's lots of ways to do it.
Yep.
We do it one way, but that doesn't mean our way is the right way. Every D&D podcast you listen to has a different way of playing, different set of gods, different set of home rules.
So speaking of other topics, is there anything we want to finish off with D&D before we move on to the next?
I hope you guys don't blow yourself up with the guns. That would be unfortunate.
I hope I get to use the shiny sword that I found that no one will let me touch.
But I will say, if you guys do blow yourselves up with the guns, that'll be a lesson for me in not including guns in my medieval worlds.
What about you, Alex? Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Not a lesson of not including guns. It's a lesson of tweaking them so we don't blow ourselves up.
Everything has to be a double-edged sword, even a gun. It's a double-edged gun.
Well, that's just the rules of
Which
life.
is also a gun.
It's also a gun.
Every choice you make has a consequence, whether it be positive or negative.
It's true. There is an equal and opposite reaction.
I'm afraid to see what the armor of cord is. Double-edged sword is.
It's got a sword that comes out of the butt.
Can I kill people with it?
You killed them with
Okay,
your butt
I'll take
katana.
Wait, does Riken have a tail? Wouldn't that cut it off?
What?
Does Riken have a tail? Do Dragonborns have a tail? No.
No, Dragonborn do not have tails or wings.
Yes, alright.
Unless I get to level 20, then I can
use magic to
wings. I can make wings.
Alright, so speaking about wings and flying, next topic is Pokemon. Those little creature guys.
Pokemon.
Let's
Didn't
go.
they have a movie about that recently?
Yes. Out of
Detective Pikachu?
The most beloved of all the Pokemon.
Well, this is
Eevee, obviously.
all for the game.
Oh, so let's go Eevee.
Well, it is part of it. So this week they had a press conference in Tokyo. They showed awesome stuff. So the first thing was the Pokemon Home, which is a cloud-based service of it'll basically connect all their games. So you got on the Nintendo Switch, you got Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. And then the upcoming games, which are Shield and Sword, and Pokemon Go will connect to the Pokemon Home, and then the Pokemon Bank as well.
So basically, you can put your Pokemon for wherever it is in one nice little home.
And yeah, and just be able to transfer your stuff to wherever you want them to go.
But can you pet the dog?
If you have a dog in real life, you can pet it.
See?
What if you have an Arcanine or Houndoom?
They have not made technology to make the Arcanine or Houndoom real so that you can pet them.
What are you talking about? You obviously don't know anything about Pokemon Go.
They're
It's
right
not
there.
real. It's
you
on
can
a
see them
freaking
in the room
screen.
with you.
Well, no, they actually added a feature where you can pick a specific Pokemon and actually take pictures with that particular Pokemon.
It's not real.
It's
That's
a VR camera.
that's augmented reality.
I love augmented
it's close
reality.
enough. Why
If
were
you combine augmented reality with haptic outputs, then you could make it real.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Somebody's going to.
All right, so continue. So you're talking about home and what else?
Yeah, so then the next thing to go along with Pokemon Go is Pokemon Sleep,
Oh.
which was made by the people who made Magikarp Jump.
Was that like Flappy Bird, but with a Magikarp?
I think it was like, yeah, the game where you have Magikarp jump up as high as you can. I guess like there's platforms, I think, that you or play the game. So all I know is Magikarp. You hit the screen and Magikarp jumps.
And if you hit the screen hard enough, it breaks, right?
Probably.
Take a hammer
I think
after.
Joseph played it. If Joseph was here, he'd be able to tell us.
Did he play Magikarp Jump?
Yeah, I
think
believe
he
so.
Oh, okay.
Pokemon Sleep is a mobile app, and it aims to turn sleeping into entertainment.
Wait.
Which is essentially it's going to track players' time sleeping and the time that they wake up, affect the gameplay of the app.
But how can you play when you're not moving?
I don't know. I'm assuming that either like you have to go into the app and you say you're sleeping now, and then like when you wake up, go into the app and say that you're awake.
I bet you hook it up
it's,
to your Fitbit, because your Fitbit knows when you're sleeping and when you're awake.
It might.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, who's to say just gonna say I'm sleeping while you're playing games,
Or
like how people sat on.
Well, it'll probably connect to that Pokemon Go Plus little.
Wait, is it Go
small
Plus or Go
device.
Plus Plus?
There's kind of come out with a new device called Pokemon Go Plus Plus, but the original device was Pokemon Go Plus.
Okay.
All that was a button.
Like they're gonna come out with another one, an updated version that basically takes Pokemon Sleep into account.
So wait, did you say that one of them was called Pokemon Home?
Yeah.
Pokemon Home is the cloud-based service that they have that's going to connect everything.
Okay, that's the umbrella that makes everything talk to everything else.
Yes.
Yes.
So you can now officially Pokemon Go Home and Sleep?
Yes.
I think you got it there.
Assuming that all that is going to be under the Pokemon Go umbrella part of the Pokemon Home.
You'll be living like a Pokemon trainer. Waking up, Pokemon going, coming home, sleeping Pokemon.
Pokemon sleeping. Do they cast sleep on you? Is it like the new Ambien?
Oh, Jesus. I'm looking more into this. The Pokemon Go Plus, yeah, I'm bypassing that. I'm not even going to touch that.
It's too much like my old programming course.
So
I just can't deal with it.
Pokemon Go Plus will connect to Pokemon Sleep and launch with the app. The device will use an embedded accelerometer to track a user's time sleeping and send this information to their smartphone via Bluetooth.
This new device also has the same functions as the original Pokemon Go Plus, so trainers can use it with Pokemon Go during the day and with Pokemon Sleep at night. And that should be coming out in 2020.
Do you think that the Pokemon sleep while you sleep? Do you think they watch you sleep?
To the dream.
They're freaking computer generated entities. They don't sleep.
Alex, do androids dream of electric sheep?
Oh my gosh. Moving on.
But what if we want to sleep?
What if I want to go home?
And then they're coming out with another mobile game called Pokemon Masters.
Do you have the skills to be?
It features a collection of the series trainers and their main Pokemon, and gameplay seems to revolve around 3-on-3 battles.
Do you get to kick Gary Oak's ass?
Wait, isn't that what Pokemon Go does right now?
But it doesn't have the TV show trainers.
Yeah, I guess. Anyways, fine. Let's talk about the next topic. I'm done with you guys.
Whoa, Jesus,
Wow.
fine.
He's unhappy because he doesn't get to talk about that sword anymore.
Well, Mal, are you gonna get Pokemon Shield or Sword?
He's gonna get sword.
Yeah. You're not. Actually, I probably will.
Booyah, called it.
So you're saying that if I get Shield, then we can trade all over?
We can partner together and be a sword and shield.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Can I
gosh.
ship this?
It's like our D&D characters.
Speaking about teaming up, our last topic for the evening is RTX team announcement.
Hey!
What happened, Tristan?
They announced the team assignments for the RTX Guardians. So if you're a Guardian, you already know about this, but we were told we were allowed to publicly tell people what team we're going to be on since we're Guardians for RTX 2019 in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Woo! Alex, what team did you get assigned to?
I got... Hey, for the second year in a row. Yay!
Woo! You get to be a personal assistant, but you don't know who you're personally assisting yet.
Do not get to know yet who I have to try to keep alive through the weekend.
It is difficult, isn't it? Because there's a lot of people who want access to them.
Yeah, and depending on the person you get, they can make it even more difficult because it seems like they are trying to kill themselves during the convention.
Alex, you need to wear a suit and sunglasses and an earpiece. Do it.
You got to do the FBI.
I can't because I have to make sure my Guardian shirt is viewable at all times while I'm working.
It can't have anything covering your face because you have to be approachable.
Yep.
Oh.
So the best thing to do is have a fake earpiece.
You can wear the Guardian shirt as a little cape pinned to the back, and then
can't wear it as a cape.
Paint eyes on the sunglasses.
Well.
Yeah.
Ruining all my fun.
Malachi. Unfortunately, rules are rules.
Ruining all my fun.
You get to be the Secret Service and tackle him. Say, get down, Mr. President!
Alright, what about you, numbnuts?
Me?
Oh, man.
He's sassy tonight. I am going to be entering my 5th year as a tech guardian.
5 years?
I get to go help set up all the computers and the game systems and make sure that the panel streams are running properly all weekend. Which is actually quite nice, because it means I get to sit in a single air-conditioned room all weekend and play with a computer.
So
Tristan likes to do that. Tristan likes being comfortable. I like even going all over the place.
Well, he has been doing this for 5 years, so he's pretty old. I wonder if they have a retirement status for you.
I mean, this is my 5th year as well.
As a guardian?
Yeah. We both got into Guardian in the same year.
Jeez.
It's my only difference is that I was on lines 2 years, response 1 year,
lines and
It
response
was the
became.
saddest year.
And then this last year was PA, and this year's PA.
So is there?
Alex, Alex was such a pouty person the year that they made him response.
I was like, no, I wasn't.
You must have been pouty.
I'm giving you that look.
You're giving me that look. I still liked it. It was basically what I did the other 2 years. So what?
That look.
Okay.
All right. So that is the RTX announcement that the teams have been released and that they are allowed to talk about them. Is there any last comments about RTX you guys want to mention?
Everything is awesome.
I will be in Austin in about 1,
2
2,
weeks.
3, a month and like 4 days.
Very nice. Okay, you guys are all excited. Don't get
Yeah,
too.
I'm getting in Tuesday night.
I'm getting in Tuesday.
Day.
Just for Luna, because she's listening. Just don't get too moist before the event.
Oh, too late. I'm as moist as they come.
I'm sorry, Luna. It's all him.
Well, alright, I think it's time for us to get the flip out of here.
Let's flip off.
Alright, thanks for listening, everyone that is here, and you have a wonderful day.
Hashtag goodbye.
Bye.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you're living on a dream.
I never actually saw that movie.
You never saw the Lego movie?
Nope.
You should see the Lego movie. It's funny.
Is it? I saw Lego Batman.
Lego Batman's also funny. He only works in 2 colors, black and very dark gray.
Oh, I thought it was even darker black.
No, it was black and very dark gray.
Alright,
So, I still think somebody's going to blow up. And I think that it's going to be Leah's fault.